In his famous book, Here is New York, American writer E.B. White penned the following lines. The curious thing about New York is that each large geographical unit is composed of countless small neighborhoods. Each neighborhood is virtually self-sufficient. To some extent true, each neighborhood is a small society. There is almost everything in it. Many Americans hate to move once they have settled down. But now things may be a little different for families with kids.
I think everybody in New York City with children, the first thing they think about and where they buy is how far away they are from good schools.
I don't know if it would be the only reason, but it's definitely a significant factor in where I would move.
Public schools in New York City are free, and kindergarten admission follows a zoning policy. A zone school admits students who live in a designated area surrounding the school. Some districts have good schools, while others not. Cindy Yin is the CEO and founder of RosiePad, a buyer-renter-oriented online platform for real estate based in New York City.
Public school is all zoned. You can live in the zone district, and then your children can go to the good district school. Yeah.
In New York, placement in most elementary schools is determined by home address.
So here the system is that if you want to go to the public school, you need only 3 papers. Number 1 is your birth certificate. Make sure that it's the right age to go to a certain level. Number 2 is the proof of residence. You can have a lease or you can have a deed. And then the third is the email, that the shots that you take from the doctors. Make sure that you have the right medical record.
Generally speaking, in Manhattan, homes in districts with good schools are about 20 to 30% pricier than those without, according to Yin.
I wouldn't think that it is the biggest factor affected the real estate price in New York City, because here I would think it's a culture difference. So American culture, for children, there are many, many options. You can go to the best school, you can go to the top school, or you can have your talent. A lot of the American parents, they think, wherever it's comfortable for my kids.
With people from different cultures come to live in New York, however, there are now more parents who hold different attitudes towards education. This is especially true in other 4 boroughs of the metropolitan: Queens, Brooklyn, Staten Island, and Bronx. To get kids into a coveted public school, which seems as somewhat the only route for kids to get high-quality education, families could do a lot. Buying or renting apartments in a related district is the most straightforward way, and in a few cases, parents would even fake home address to achieve their goals. This, if caught, however, those students will lose their seats. Jesse Tang is a housing agent who works mainly in Queens, New York.
In New York City, a good school district is very popular for most of the buyers who wants to send their kids in the good schools. So because of the high demand, the price in these good school district area will be very hot.
Take Forest Hills, for instance. It is mainly resided by families who are well off, and the area is dotted with quite a few good elementary as well as middle schools. In some extreme cases, housing price in this area can double that in the neighborhoods just a few blocks away.
Upon my experience and my understanding, when the downturn happened around 2009, 2010, the price in Forest Hills, it also goes down. But compared to the national downturn rate, it's very stable. So when the market goes back, the houses price in Forest Hills area will go very fast to meet the gap before the price goes down. And then when the national rate really started to grow up, Forest Hill area houses is already start to soar. Let's say if other area, the price goes up 10%, Forest Hill will go 20%.
Nowadays, however, with more parents squeezed into specific neighborhoods with good elementary schools, a home address is not necessarily a go-to-good school card anymore. If the zoned school have more zoned applicants than available seats, siblings are admitted first, and remaining seats are offered based on a random selection from other zoned applicants.
If the zone, the particular zone, like for example, the area that I live in, a lot of kids want to go to there. So they don't have enough spots. They don't have enough seating. So, but the government guarantee that every student has a right for education. So they will allocate you to another district. So the system is to lottery.
That means uncertainty, as schools with leftover seats can almost be translated as not popular. There are always other options though. If your kids are smart enough, they can, through certain assessment, get into gifted and talented programs. In that case, the choice of school is immune from the zoning policy. At the very last, private school is always a safe net, but that means money. Some families in New York choose to live smaller in order to spare the money to get their kids better education.
Education in general is really important because it's the basis of getting into better schools, moving up, like better colleges and getting better jobs and things like that. So
Education is extremely important. It not only teaches your children, begins to teach them how to think and how to act, but also the socialization.